This podcast is suitable for students between the ages of 16 to 25. If you're interested in self-improvement, productivity, study tips, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to the Sweet and Sour Podcast.
There's this woman that I know. She's short, she's fair, and she's pretty. She has these small eyes, and when she smiles, you can see her dimples. Some people call her a strong woman, others call her a man. But me, I call her my mother, Onyami. Onyami Uzuka. Uzuka Uzufo. Ujame Bireriana Kono Mareriana Veteta. Let me tell you a bit about my mother. Oof. My mother was the first person to teach me about death. I must have been 8 or 9. And whenever she prayed for us, my siblings and I, she would say, I'm alive, I'm not alive, you would be successful, inshallah. And little me would be annoyed as to why she added that I'm not alive part. One day I asked her about it. And she said, how is that? When you take a taxi, or when people take a taxi, don't we all get down at our designated stops? And in my mind, I'm like, obviously, we all do. And she continued that just as we do get down, everyone has a time limit in this world. And once the time is up, we'd pass away. And, that's that. My mother was also the first person to teach me about honesty. I was probably 4 and I did something wrong. I can't remember exactly what it was. But then she came home that day and she asked who did that thing. And I was a little nervous because I'm pretty sure what I did was very bad too. And then I asked her, Mommy, if I tell you the truth, would you beat me? And she was like, no, that kind of like what really went on or what really happened. And then I told her the truth, like every single thing that happened. And guess what? She did not beat me. She also taught me how to not rely on people too much or anyone too much because people mess up and it's a normal thing. So she would always say this statement at the end of every meeting after like there has been a fight at home. If you're my live wire, cut it and see if I would not leave. So basically, it's more like no matter how much money you made in the future, even if you didn't give her any, she'll be fine. There was God before you, anyways. She was the first person to teach me about how important it was to make money the halal way. And she did not literally sit down and give me a financial book or, take me to Islamia, what they'll call Idekio, to enforce this in me. So there's this thing she always said. So she would say to my siblings and I that nobody should ever, and I mean ever, give her a money made from theft, fraud, deceit, and the likes of all of these things. And that whoever gave her such money without her knowledge, the anger of God will be on that person. And whenever she said this, it just like, it just made me so nervous that I never really gave it any thought to try to make money in a very deceitful way. My mother is the person that would pray for any child that greets her. She's the person who would get annoyed when the network goes bad and she's trying to speak to you, but she just can't speak to you because the network is bad. She's the person I can tell every single crush I've ever had. She's not a perfect person, but she's what Yoruba people would call Abiamo. And to this, I say to my mother, Abiamo Koromo. Hmm. When I look at my mom, I just see how much God loves me. Like, I just see how much He loved me for Him to have actually blessed me with such an amazing person. Mommy, I want to say thank you for so many things, but I'll just summarize them into 3 words. Thank you for existing. Thank you for giving birth to me. And thank you for loving me in a very unconditional way that is so, I don't know, it's just so impossible how much a mother's love is. And no, you have to actually stop what you're thinking right now. My mom is well and she's alive. And I'm actually just doing this to celebrate my mom while she's alive. And if you've not guessed by now, you must know how much I love my mom. I also love my dad as well, but this story is my mom's.